Today we're continuing with our neglected Polo GTI. This Polo GTI was put aside for a few months by the previous owner. They didn't know what to do with it anymore. And today it's on our lift because we're going to solve the problem once and for all. At least that's what we hope. As you know, this is the Mechatronic unit. We removed this in the previous episode. And we also have a malfunction, the P17BF. That means either the accumulator housing is broken or there's a crack in the thread, which we can't see with the naked eye. That's why we've ordered a new repair kit. With that, we should be able to fix the P17BF malfunction. We're not the only ones online who solved this problem with the repair kit we ordered. As you can see, there's a clear difference. The right one is new and the left one is old. Here, I'm just cleaning the surface. This will allow the threaded part to fit in, and you simply secure it with the 3 bolts, just like the old one was attached. After this is secured, the new accumulator housing is screwed in place. I didn't have the special tool, but I did have an oil filter wrench that looked similar. Now I'm putting a bit of liquid gasket around it, so it seals properly. And now, of course, I can mount the cover with the corresponding bolts. I did have to look back to see where the bolts went because there was a difference, and here is the complete picture. A liter of oil needs to go into the Mechatronic unit, and you have to do this in a special way. Since we don't have the computer to control this, we're doing it manually. So as you can see, we're moving the pistons from left to right to get all the air out, and with this, we can completely refill the fluid to the correct amount. After the fluid is filled, you adjust the pistons to 2.5 centimeters, and then it's ready to be installed back into the car. After it's reinstalled, it's of course time to refill the transmission oil, and that's what we're going to do now. So we're done under the car. Now it's time to fill up the transmission. The Mechatronic has already been filled, but the transmission itself hasn't yet. It uses about 1.7 or 1.8 liters of oil, then the starter motor can be installed. If all goes well, we can take it for a test drive. Because we didn't have a special tool to fill this fluid from underneath, we decided to take the cover off the top, where the shifting mechanism is also located, to put it in gear. Here, you could easily place a funnel and add the right fluid, so we just had to refill it. Once this was done, it was of course important to reinstall the starter motor, because without the starter motor, of course the Volkswagen won't start. There it is, guys. The car is completely put back together. Moment of truth. I'm going to start the car. I'm curious to see what it does and doesn't do. I hope everything works. Here we go. Well, at least it starts. Then we'll turn off the traction control. Then let's see what still isn't working. Look, okay, reverse. Hey, we've already got a warning. What's this? It does work. D2. Okay, we have issues. We have issues. Well, B. A. Okay, what's going on here? What's going on here? Well, I had no choice. I started dismantling the Mechatronic unit again. Since something went wrong here, I called my twin brother. And he said, hey, did you adjust the shift forks in the gearbox? Because those also need to be set at 2.5 centimeters. Then I said, no, do I have to do that too? Well, so I adjusted the shift forks, reassembled the gearbox. And here you can see the shift forks that I didn't adjust. How stupid I am. I don't have a workshop manual, but I could find this somewhere on YouTube. But unfortunately, I missed it. I'm going to reassemble everything now. And now it's time to try starting it. There I am, back in the car, attempt number 2. This time I left the starter motor in the car. You learn as you go, of course. I didn't have to remove the starter motor, so I'm going to take you along. Let's go. Guys, this is still the situation here, but anyway, it's in S. Now let's go to first gear. Second, third, fourth, fifth, fourth, sixth, seventh. Now that we knew the gearbox was good, we decided to put on 4 new tires since our tires were pretty worn out. We went for the Uniroyal Rain Sport 5. We've been using these tires for about 10 years now, and they're really great value for money. As you can see, we now have a tire mounting machine in the workshop and a balancing machine. We're really happy with them, because now we can mount our own tires from now on and balance them, which is super important so you don't get any shaking in your steering wheel. As you can see, I'm now mounting those Uni-Royal tires. They're really nice, sturdy tires that always have grip, whether it's raining heavily or it's dry. I'm just really satisfied with them. Take a look. Balanced again. 0 means they're exactly in balance. And I'm also putting the air filter box back on, because that sports air filter just really wasn't good. And let's not forget the engine cover. Let's go. We'd like to go for a first test drive with our Polo GTI, but not without knowing where our engine warning light is coming from. And that's where the sponsor of this episode comes in handy, Carly Connected Car. With this small device, you can check if your mileage has been tampered with, diagnose where a warning light might be coming from, or customize your car to your own taste. To be able to scan the car, you have to plug the dongle into your car's EOBD port. Then you open the app and press connect. Now that the Carly Connected Car is connected to your phone, you immediately get a few options. Diagnose, coding, live data, or check the used car. In our case, to be able to check the check engine light, you need to go to Diagnostics. Then you look here for problems. And now it goes through all the components of your car, not just your engine management, but it checks the entire car. It has gone through 12 ECUs and 11 faults have been found. For 3 of those, you can get repair help from the smart mechanic, but we'll get to that in a moment. It indicates that the status of my car is very bad. I have 3 engine-related faults. I have 2 faults with the xenon, and somewhere in the CAN bus system, 3 faults. But I'm curious where my engine management light is coming from. So now we're going to take a look at the engine. The turbocharger bypass valve control system. That means no idea. We're going to use a handy function for this now. The smart mechanic is going to explain to me where it comes from, if there's a fault in your car, and the smart mechanic function is available. It explains in detail where the fault might come from and how to fix it yourself, making it very handy. Even if you're not technical, you can solve it and save on garage costs. I see that I have an ABS problem. Now I'm curious where it comes from. It just appeared recently, and it tells me that there are a few things I can check, like a brake pedal sensor, a light that's broken. At least it gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 options to fix this problem, which is super nice. In our case, I think we might have a problem, something with an ABS sensor. Either the wiring or its connector, and there's only one way to find out. That's by lifting the car up, and we're going to take a look at the ABS sensor. Music. Hey, I found something, guys. Now I actually see that the wiring of my ABS sensor has been melted onto my exhaust. There's a good chance that this is where the problem comes from. So we're going to fix this now, then we'll clear the error code, and then I'm curious to see if the error code will come back. To easily access the ABS wiring, you need to take off the rear wheel. After that, you can actually get to it quite easily. And we actually saw right away that they had melted together internally. So it's no surprise that this caused a malfunction. We've taped them off separately for now. And now that the car is up in the air, we've also straightened the exhaust. Because as you know, it was touching the wiring. And you can guess what happens then. It was hanging at a pretty sharp angle. We've also secured that little bracket in the middle, so we don't lose anything along the way. And now that it's finally hanging properly, we've read the error codes again and cleared them to see what comes back. A few errors have returned. However, the engine fault is gone. The ABS fault has also been fixed, so at least we can safely hit the road. There is one fault though that keeps coming back, the CAN gateway. And that's because of the aftermarket Chinese radio that's installed in here. It causes a fault in our navigation control module. Now our fault codes have been cleared, and we can safely hit the road. We're going to do some more programming, customizing our car. In the previous episode about the Polo, we programmed something with the headlights, with the cornering light. Now we're going to disable something else. What we find annoying is the seatbelt warning. It's enabled in this car, and when I put a bag on the seat, it beeps while I'm driving at home. Obviously, you don't want that, so what should we do? We're going to the customizing coding step. Then it will first read out which ECUs are available in your car, which coding options are open, and once all of that has been read out, then you can choose what you want to turn on and off. 2 ECUs are available, and it always makes a backup of your old settings as they were. So you can always go back to what it was before in case something went wrong, or if you think, I actually don't want this. You can always restore it to how it was. By the way, I also see something else that isn't enabled yet, which is that the automatic door locks activate when you start driving. So I'm going to enable that now because safety comes first, right? For example, so your door can't be opened from the outside, alright? Now all the coding has been done. It's time to mount our license plate, take a good test drive, bring the car in for inspection, and hopefully we'll have a car that's ready. Are you really curious about what the possibilities are for your car? Visit the Carly Connected Car website to see all available options, including coding your own gateway. We're very enthusiastic about the Carly Connected Car product. As you have seen, we have saved a huge amount on garage costs by using this product. Are you excited about it too? Use twins.tv as a discount code and save yourself 15 on the purchase of your own connected car. Link in the description. Carly, thank you so much for sponsoring us. And now, back to the episode. Okay, here we go, guys. Good news. The car has passed inspection, so we've already driven 10 meters with the car. Only the handbrake needed to be replaced. I have to say, no, the handbrake cable. So that was a bit of a struggle. So we didn't film that part because we actually just wanted to show you a test drive right now. And these are really the very first meters on the public road. So far, so good. Basically how a DSG is supposed to shift. So it's a DSG with a 7-speed automatic. It actually shifts perfectly. Nothing to complain about. Also going up the ramp, down the ramp, reverse, forward. It all went perfectly. And no jokes, for a car with 200,000 kilometers on the clock. It drives pretty well. Hello. Drives really well for a 1.4 grade. 1.4, right? Yeah. What else should we say about it? It puts a smile on our faces. It's not an AMG, guys, not that. There were also no more gearbox faults. That means our repair just went well, right? We can really be proud of ourselves because these are things we're doing for the first time and it's just going well. Well, I did have to take it apart and put it back together a few times, but that's how you learn. I think you guys are curious about the sound from outside, so that's what we're gonna do now. Nice little church, isn't it? Yeah, it sounds pretty good too. I think it looks pretty cool from the outside as well. Come on, get in. I found a nice spot for a thumbnail. It's just cute. Actually, it's just a perfect women's car. Now we're going to shoot a sick thumbnail and a nice slow-mo. Because this car definitely deserves it now since it's basically as good as finished, right? Yeah, there's more to come. Now it's my turn. Yeah, I have to say, it just feels... Honestly, we're just spoiled. Sorry to interrupt. We're just spoiled by having driven a Lambo, a Ferrari, a yellow AMG, Porsche 911. What other fast cars have we had? Yeah, then this is just, yeah, not super fast or anything, but still just a nice little car to look at. Yeah, exactly. I really had to get used to this color though. Because yeah, it looks a bit matte gold when it's inside here, and when it's outside, it's brown or something. Kind of bronze or something. Bronze, yeah. But anyway, the fact that it's even painted in this color is actually just unique, because nobody paints a car in a matte gold color. The test drive was a success. The test drive was a success. One thing, the air conditioning doesn't get cold. It brakes well, runs well, steers well. Then we'll see you in the next episode, maybe a new project. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll see you soon then. Ciao.